I'm coming back to the junkyard today for a couple of reasons. First, I'm going to work on that little dart way off in the horizon there. And second, because I'm going to find a second car that will be my next project. Well, I've said car, but it could also be a truck or whatever. See, there's, on the other side of that wall, there's a truck, an F-150, and there's chickens. Anyway, here's what I'm gonna mess with first. Color coordinated Slurpee, because that's how I roll. By the way, found out the original color. It's red. Kind of a mellow red, nothing real crazy. I'm gonna look up the code on that later. I've decided today is gonna be one of those days where I do a whole lot of the little stuff. So there's a new fuel pump. Now for that relay solenoid setup right there, because it's just painted green. That's not gonna work. And that's done. All right, it looks like I may have to make one purchase. That's a brand new part that's a little more pricey, and that is probably a radiator. Because everything I've seen back here that would be a potential donor, radiator's already gone. So I guess we'll come up to the front here, see what brilliant plans I can come up with. I'm going through the trim that was in a bucket inside the car. This is the one I wanted to find. Look at that font on the 270. Isn't that cool? I think I got lucky here because I have every single bit of the chrome. Too bad there's no rust-free metal to hook it to. I do need to figure out if this is the tank that came in it. That goes up and down, meaning like this is either the top or the bottom. Gotta look up under the car. There would be one strap here. Okay, that's the bottom, because that's the strap. One strap. Okay. This other side has a big indentation there, so that looks like that would go around where the spare tire sits in the trunk. And also, there's the filler right over there. This may be the right one after all. Right inside here is our official proof that it was... I've seen it called red poly. There were two reds this year, from what I understand. One of them was a really bright one, and this one's a little more subdued. But a whole lot of this car's still here. There's more red. You would think, since they painted back behind door panels and everything, that they would have paid more attention to that. But let me see what we got here. Authorized dealer. Take a still shot of that real quick. Unless there's some kind of thing that Chrysler did I'm not aware of, this door used to be white, or on a white car. Because the inside of this area back here, obviously, like I showed you before, is red. Don't know about that one over there. It's strange how they painted all these different things, but then just totally forgot about other spots. This is the little plastic card holder that I found right on the passenger side inner wheel well, just forward of the shock mount there. I'm a little perplexed by this whole thing. I looked at a radiator that was meant for this car, and see how the water pump has the outlet right there going toward the passenger side? The radiator that was called for this car has one of the outlets right up kind of this area right here. Goes right over to the intake there, comes over to about right here. And on the radiator that I found, the other side is down there on the driver's side, when this one requires it to be over there. So I'm going to have to do some searching. I know that Mopar could be a little like Ford in the respect that they change a lot of stuff just all the time. Chevy, I'm not used to really doing that much, so let's do a little research and we'll get back to that, because I got to figure that out. If I don't have a radiator, I don't really get to drive it. But there's got to be something that fits properly. So the upper hose is going to be almost in the center of the radiator, just to the driver's side of the center. Then the bottom one has to go over to the passenger side lower. Also, the radiator hose that I got for the bottom of this Looks like it kinda goes where it's supposed to go, but the diameter of the hose is off. This needs to be like at least an eighth, or maybe probably a 1/4 inch bigger. And both sides are the same ID and OD. I actually accomplished a little something here. Remember I put that little relay on right there? That little jobber? A couple other little pieces out under here. Well, those things are paying off because now instead of having to use the Derek Bieri dubbed Lone Wolf 6000, I've replaced both portions of the key, because the front part I didn't have a key, but the back part I realized was messed up too. So now we turn the key, if I can without it being mounted. See? Progress is being made. Okay, time to go back into the back of the junkyard here. A lot of the time when you're messing with cars, if you have the ability to see another car that's even slightly similar, you may get an idea how something was or is put together. It's kind of a long shot, but I don't know if I have the right amount of bracketry to mount that alternator on those brackets on the front end of that engine, because it looks like it looks like I don't have the right stuff, and there's only one mounting point, like a pivot point. So I'm coming back in the back, and I'm gonna look at the Dodge Ram van from the early 80s and see if that bracket for the alternator is anywhere close to the same. It may be totally different, maybe a little, but you know, maybe it'll give me a hint. So let's come back here and get an idea what's up. A little wet back here today, so who knows, we may see a big water moccasin up here trying to find a patch of sunlight to stay warm. Oh, you'll know if you see them, because back in here, as Don said, their heads are bigger than your fist. There's the van. I'm just gonna open up that door real quick and see what we've got inside there. I already did a little searching and discovered that these wheels will not work, because the Dart has a really weird early bolt pattern. There we go. See what we get. Can we see anything? Turn on some light here. It's an air-conditioned car, and it looks like the alternator is not in there. Some kind of air pump off to that side. Dare we open the hood? Bracket on the bottom is the same one I have, but I don't see. Okay, all these vines in the way, sorry about that. Maybe that piece right there has something to do with it. I'm gonna go home and watch a video or two on this. I can't help but wondering, we have two of the same car here, and as you know, that always makes things a bit easier. I want to just kind of glance at these real quick and get an idea what you think. First of all, there's a parts car right here, a little Falcon wagon that's black. It kind of looks like maybe it was used for some kind of signage or advertising. See the bolts going through the roof, and there's a little bracket of some sort. Interior smoked. However, there's still a little baby engine in there. Rusty on the front here, crazy rusty. But see, we've got that one, and we've got a Fox body right beside it. See where I'm going with this? Then another Falcon wagon up here. So a combination of two Falcon wagons, one of which that's been way up above all the ground and everything like that. Do you think that a Falcon could be made out of this? I don't know, maybe I'm dreaming, maybe that's just crazy talk, but the hubs are there. If you remember, this is one of the cars that Don said his dad put up here because he kind of wanted to keep it away from being on the ground and stuff. So he wouldn't have done that just for the heck of it, unless he thought there was justification. I just think that's such a cool little wagon. And the combination of that one and this one, would there be enough for a whole car? And the Woody that's up on the trailer there is really optioned out. This one, the roof is barely even sitting on it, but see the trim on each side of the back window there? I don't know, man. And that thing is probably just parts and things, but what we're looking at right now may be the answer. That old Polara right there, man, there's a really good chance that that's got something that I can use. Meantime, we've got a old cop car looking thing here. That's another option too. It'll be a little newer. That's going to be in the 70s, but I'm going to climb down from here, come around this way. Well, that's a shame that thing's so rusted away. I absolutely love those things. All right, let's go back through here. See what we can find. And some rear ends over there. Another little piece of a truck back in there. You know, I've never stepped back in here. Feels very soft, like I'm on something. There's like an open area under that. That's a great place for a nest of creepy crawlies. But once again, what do you guys think about that? You think one Falcon could be made out of those two? Because man, that thing is unbelievably cool. Now I came around the corner, went back by the Oregon District fire truck, and as you can see, there's another Mopar back in there. I can't really go look at it now because I'm the only one at the junkyard, and because of safety reasons, you never want to do anything that's even remotely sketchy when you're by yourself, you know? So I'll wait till I can get somebody else here with me, then we'll pop open the hood on that other one and this one. Both of these are real strong candidates for the rest of the bracketry, so we'll definitely get back in there. Don and I were just talking about this car the other day. His dad, Bob, saved a whole bunch of cool cars in barns. But this one, really unusual for him. I don't know if you could tell what that is in there. That's a K car, but it's the turbo convertible. Who knows if that thing's worth any money or not, but he has one in there. He also has some parts cars that are out at the front of the property. Oldsmobile over there, not going to be a candidate. Little Omni here, too new. That would be a parts car for any of the K cars though, because that drivetrain, the 2.2, is in about 1 billion cars from that era. Our boy Lee Iacocca was putting those things in everything. Thankfully it didn't make it into a big truck. Boy, that's a car we'd all like to find in really good shape, or at least restorable. That one, the whole front of the hood is gone, and it looks like it's a hard top, but it looks like a whole lot of the roof is gone too. Those things have gone up in value a lot. One of my favorite cars, well, two of them in a row here in the entire place, although they're nowhere near usable. That one and that one. I've had a soft spot for like 52 to 54, actually 49 to 54, any of them. Chevys, 2 doors. I just love that body style. Even that rusty and that funky. Wow. Still cool. There's one of those parts cars for the turbo car I was talking about. I don't even know if they have any value at all, but see that hood? That was a turbo only hood. Has the emblem down on the side. That's a LeBaron, which you can still call it a K car. It's the same thing, drivetrain and all that. Very few changes. That's another thing I love about this place. You just look around every corner and something like that is sitting back in there. And I'm talking everywhere you look, there's stuff. I mean, look. I gotta show you this a little bit. Right, try not to die here. Let me get some light here. Okay. I mean, like Model A probably, maybe Model T. 57 Chevy eyebrow for a headlight right in the middle there. Old Ford early 60s right there, the taillight. All right, I'm gonna walk in. I know you guys are thinking, wait, what? So many pieces and parts. The old gauge set. So I could stay in these places all day. You know how many trailers he has like this? There got to be 50 of them. Pinto! But I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. And right in the middle of it, there's really cool stuff just kind of mixed in. Around this corner. Old cash register right there. Look at all the little carburetors. Ooh, I love that old font. Well, it says Falcon on there. Ooh. Probably an Impala, like early 60s, would you think? And Duster. More Impala SS's, or maybe a Nova SS. There's so much stuff stuck back in here that... Who wants to open that drawer? Who wants to open this drawer? Who wants to open this drawer? Oh, that's more of those cross flags. Chevy. And the bottom one. Gonna have to fight for that one. Yeah. It won't open. A banjo rear end. 2 of them. There's one down under it. Jeez. I'm always blown away by all the stuff that's just kind of sitting in here. And it looks so spooky too. Trivia question, who made the bumper? What year? Hint, Chevy. Are you roosters or chickens? I think the little ones are chickens, right? And the rest of you guys are roosters. Ever since I was here last time, I decided that I really wanted to look at this truck back here. It's in kind of a forbidden area, but I've never been too bright, so I'm gonna do that. 57 Chevy 4-door smoked. Now, this is the one I was just kind of asking you guys last time if you thought there's enough truck here to get it going. I don't know about any kind of drivetrain. That chicken thinks yes. Is that right? It could mean no. I don't speak chicken or rooster, which you would think would be the same, but the other side looks just like this. You think that's worth dragging it out of here? And it's almost certainly it's an automatic. Almost certainly has a 302 in it. The bed, I'm assuming, is smoked on the bottom after having sat like that. But the driver's side looks just like the passenger side. I mean, look at the roof. Doesn't look like there's anything crazy going on. A 4x2. That was a weird time. Let's tell them it's a 4x2 in case they don't realize that it's got 4 wheels and 2 of them are driven. I'm gonna ask Don about that one, see what I can do about it, because it's gonna be the motor or the transmission, right? Almost certainly. I'll get back with you on that one. One more pass by the attack chickens. I guess is it the rooster that crows, or is it just the rooster? I don't know, they're all watching me though.
He's like, you come over here and I'll take you out, mister. I'm a big bad chicken. I'm a big bad rooster.
So who's in charge? What you guys doing? I think they want food. I'm glad I don't have something like that hanging off my chin like they do. It's got to be demeaning. I know, you heard me.